figure out a keyword that you want to rank for. Do some research as far as what's trending in that industry. So, for example, the wine industry, I like to look up current events and wine and the industry or the alcohol industry in itself and see what's going on. If I see something that sticks out to me, then I'll begin to do a deeper dive and finding what we call the primary keyword or the head term. So that may not be the initial keyword that you're going to rank for, but you can use that as a place to start. And if you're using a search tool, once you input that keyword, you can find additional keywords and variations of the keyword that may be a little bit easier to rank for because sometimes it's a very competitive SERP and that one keyword is kind of hard, but you can find another variation or something related to that that'll help you to be able to find something that can work for content that you're going to develop. Um, Also looking at competitors, who are your top competitors and what kind of content are they creating? Because again, we like to use what's called the skyscraper method. So taking something that's been built and then building on top of it as one technique that's often used in SEO. So if one of our competitors is putting out some interesting content or some relevant content, I will take those ideas and try to build on top of them, but also style it so it's more based off how we do things here at Drinks. Hmm, what do people care about? That's the first thing you have to ask yourself. When you're creating content, you're not creating content for yourself. You're not creating content for Google. So if that's what you're doing, sorry, not sorry, that's not what you're doing. You should be doing it for people. What are people searching for? What's important to people? Those are the ways to start creating content that matters. Also, look at how do people speak. In one part of the country, they may use one term versus another term. So you have to look at what is your ultimate goal, and then how can you tap into that market. So once you understand that, then you can start looking into different keywords, different competitors, or different relevant topics within that region to begin to develop content. Oh, because you should look at it because sometimes the content that has been on a web page for a while, say year, 2 years, 3 years, it may be medium, right? But it still has potential to go do better because it has good information in it. Or it didn't do as well as you want. You can always rebuild it. So what I mean by that is building on top of, um, adding additional information. Maybe it's adding new stats and statistics because you always want the most relevant and recent stats and statistics within your content. And then also sometimes the intent or the meaning of a keyword in which people are searching for, that changes. So what you initially wrote that content for may not be what people are looking for. So when refreshing content, you can position your content more to lean towards what people are looking for versus what it initially was. Um, it's a good way to also decide if you want to keep the content that's on your website or prune it, because when you have old content just hanging on your website, it can slow down your website. So if it hasn't been looked at for a long time and hasn't been doing well and it's not refreshable, then you want to clip that, but you want to keep the most fresh and evergreen content.